Listen, this revelation I'm about to drop is so deep, and I might make a full video, but please listen to this with an open mind because it's going to set some of you free. We as women are being groomed by many of these content creators to be prostitutes. Let me explain. I used to listen to a lot of this like hypergamy, femininity content online, okay? The Sprinkle lady, I knew about her like way before she blew up on TikTok, all right? I was there. I used to listen to her consistently. People like her, I would listen to, okay, she'd talk about the dusties and hypergamy and the kind of men you should be chasing. I used to listen to all of that before I got saved. Now listen, that content was making me so bitter and angry at men. And I had never hated men really like that before. I have had negative experiences with men, but I've never hated or like disliked or been embittered towards men the way that I was in that season. And the reason I became so bitter is because I was taking on their bitterness. Bitterness is contagious, okay? The Bible says that bitterness, when it takes root, actually defiles many people. So let me read you. See to it that no one falls short of the grace of God and that no bitter root grows up to cause trouble and defile many. Bitterness is contagious. When you are consistently listening to somebody who hates men or who's constantly calling men dusties, dehumanizing men, you will eventually pick up and take on that mindset. Now, this is why it's important. When you become bitter towards men, when you become desensitized towards the fact that they are human beings and you start to hate them, this is when you start to really listen to the women that tell you to only use men for their money, to, take him for everything he's worth, to not care about love, to not care about any of the things that make a relationship beautiful, but to simply go after the money. And even as I'm saying this, some of you guys are going to feel angry at me. Some of you guys may feel tempted to call me whatever it is, a pick me, or be angry, or rise up in your spirit and say, but what about men? Listen, you are being trained based on what you're consistently feeding your mind to desensitize yourself towards human beings. And because you have that hatred, because you are desensitized, that's when you go out and start to use men like how a prostitute would. What does a prostitute do? A prostitute sells her body in exchange for money, for material gifts. When you are dating a man or with a man, not because you care about him, not because you love him, but simply because of the lifestyle he can provide for you, your heart isn't in it. Your head isn't in it. You are a prostitute. And you are being groomed. We are being groomed. They're attempting to groom us into being prostitutes. Now listen, this is not me telling you to marry a financially irresponsible man, because I do believe that men have responsibilities and duties towards women that they are courting, that they're dating and wanting to, marry. A man has a responsibility too. In fact, men have many responsibilities towards the women that they say they want to be with, okay, that they want to marry. All right. So definitely you should be entertaining husband-minded men who have proven to you, okay, through their consistency that they have good character, that they're good men all around, not just in the financial area, but all around. Now, once a man has actually proven to you, okay, that he's a good man, that he cares about you, that he loves you, why wouldn't you want to love that man back? You really have to sit down, and we as a whole have to sit down and ask ourselves realistically, what do I want out of a relationship? What do I want out of a marriage? Do I want somebody just for the lifestyle that they can provide me with? Or do I actually want love? Do I want love and to be loved? Think about the people in your life that you love. Think about your mom who you love. Think about your brothers or whoever it is that you love in your life. Is that not a wonderful and beautiful relationship? And why wouldn't you want to have that with somebody that you are joining yourself to for the rest of your life? This is not a game. Many of these women are leading you down a terrible path and leading you towards terrible relationships and situations under the guise of, oh, sprinkle, oh, fine, hypergamy, whatever. Terrible situations. Ask yourself what is important to you. I'm not saying that financial irresponsibility is okay. Not at all. Okay? But that shouldn't be the only thing that you're seeking. You need somebody with character.